Alas, poor Yorick.
What are you doing?
Well, I'm practicing. Frannie Shepherd-Bates is here to tell us all about Shakespeare in prison.
Yes, but we've got Eric Rubin coming on with Clowns Without Borders.
And we have a fellow Magic Castle performer, Tori Norquez, here to do some magic. Hello!
Hello, this is Keith Field.
And this is Lady Sarah.
And thank you for joining us for
a cup of tea. Do you think I can go back to my other hat?
Could you please?
I think I should. I think I should. So, happy Thanksgiving, everyone.
Yes, what a great time it's going to be in 2 days.
Yes, we don't really understand Thanksgiving, being Brits, because we don't celebrate it. My brother actually had a very good description. He said Thanksgiving is the perfect bloke's holiday because you get all the eating and drinking and family stuff with none of that pesky present buying.
Darling, that's dreadful.
I think it's wonderful.
There are definitely traditions we know nothing about. I mean, the whole green bean with mushroom soup.
Yeah, why would people do that?
Why would people do that? I'm not sure about that at all. So if you've got any great Thanksgiving traditions, please share them. Put them in the chat. We'd love to hear about them.
We might even adopt them, and they may become our traditions.
Put your teeth in, love.
I know. It's been a long day already.
So how are you thinking about the facial hair, people? Yes, let us know in the chat. Do you think he looks older, younger?
I think I look younger. Of course, our regular viewers will know I'm doing the Movember fundraising where we grow a nice moustache. A friend of mine challenged me the other day, Steve Mills from the UK, challenged me to diet mauve. And have you any idea how difficult it is to find mauve beard shampoo?
Oh, hold on. You had some great help from our daughter and producer Felicity.
Absolutely. We found she had some purple hairspray dye, and I ended up looking like this.
It looks like she's painted it on, darling.
It does. It looks like that's almost felt tip pen, isn't it? But no, that was really sprayed on, and I tell you, it was the worst experience ever. If growing this isn't bad enough, that's itchy enough. But when you put the hairspray on, it's horrible. Don't do it, people. Don't do it. Don't do it.
He's halfway to raising his funds, so please do check him out on the Movember website.
And thank you very much for everyone who has already donated.
And that's Felicity saying you should keep it purple.
That's typical. That's typical.
Thank you for that.
So this is our 41st show.
I know. And the thing that we love about this show is that the guests who are on today, who you're going to see, were recommended by other guests.
Yes, we always like it when people recommend guests. So if you have someone that you know who has a good story that deserves to be told, please get in touch with the show and we'll do our best to get them on.
So that's lots of things we want them to do. We want them to tell you if you look older or younger. We want your challenges for Keith and his beard. We want your Thanksgiving tips. I mean, come on, people, get in there.
It's not a beard, it's a moustache because it's Movember.
Oh, yeah, okay, get on with it. Get on with it.
So our first guest is an actor who's taking Shakespeare behind bars.
Yes,
Detroit. And we don't mean bars, we mean bars.
Detroit Public Theatre is using Shakespeare as a catalyst for empowerment and changing lives. And we've got a first video coming up now.
Sometimes life gets crazy. There's a billion challenges being thrown at you in every direction. But just knowing that there's somebody there in your corner, people that have got you through a lot of hard times and taught you a lot of good skills, it's really great being able to see your face and talk to you, and I don't know, it just calms me. Like, there's still good in the world. There's still friends that really care about you. And it showed me something I really love, Shakespeare.
Perfect. And I think we saw a glimpse of our first guest in that clip.
I think we did. I thought it was fascinating just hearing lives being changed by Shakespeare. It kind of seems incredible, doesn't it?
It does. But can we have a picture of our first guest when she was a child?
I think we can.
Look, you see, she was an actor then.
Was she an actor or was she just getting dressed up for Halloween?
Oh, shush you.
Well, we can't tell, can we? But please welcome our first guest, Frannie Shepherd-Bates.
Frannie.
How you doing?
Where are you, Frannie?
I am just outside Detroit, Michigan.
Nice.
That's what we like to hear.
Very
That's what we like to
close.
hear. Supporting the best city in the world. That's what it's all about.
Perfect.
So Thanksgiving is coming, and as we mentioned earlier, I'm sure you have many a Thanksgiving tradition. Do you have one that you could share with us now?
Every Thanksgiving morning, get together with my mom and my stepdad and my 7-year-old son Miles, and we watch the Detroit's Thanksgiving Day Parade, and we eat pancakes. And we don't know what the parade's going to look like this year, but we know what the pancakes will be like. They will be delicious.
We have been down there to the parade, actually.
We have, yeah.
We froze to death one year.
Actually, I saw one of the best things ever was one of those big balloon things, which they have all on the strings, and there are a load of clowns at the bottom. And that was the one that got caught up in the traffic light. And there were a group of clowns trying to disconnect it. We should ask our later guest about that, shouldn't we? We'll find out a bit about it. Anyway, before we go any further, we have to initiate you into our game, Say Something in British. And the way that works is I'm going to riffle through these cards, and I'm going to throw them on the floor. And you just shout stop anytime you want to. So we get a random choice.
Stop.
Okay, perfect. So today's British expression, this is an interesting one, is knees up. Have you any idea what the expression knees up would mean if you were in Britain?
Could be the cheer from the birthing team for the mother who is in labor.
I love that.
That's absolutely brilliant.
I really love that.
That's brilliant.
I mean, it's wrong, but
I like it. I like it a lot. Yeah, we like it a lot.
So, come and tell us about this program, Shakespeare in Prison. Tell us how does it work?
So we've been for 8.5 years going into prisons and working with incarcerated people in ensembles, like you said, using Shakespeare as a catalyst for them to become empowered, to redefine who they are and what they can do and what they will do. And so, since this all began, we haven't been physically in prisons, but we are still actively working with folks.
Absolutely. I mean, I was going to say, how on earth do you get in there now? How do you reach out to them now?
Right now, what we do is we make these Shakespeare-based activity packs. So each one will have a piece of Shakespeare's text and then a bunch of different activities, front and back of a piece of paper that are meant to appeal to people with varied learning styles and creative ways of expressing themselves. So we're able to send those in to the people we've worked with. And the people we've worked with who received them and have since come home have been really excited about them and appreciative. And so we can't be in direct communication, but we can do that. And so we keep doing what we can.
Keep doing what you're doing.
So you mentioned then that you're sending to people at home as well. So this is a program which actually goes on when they're released, because we know prison is a temporary thing. Obviously, we don't throw away the key. It's there's a reason for it, and then we have to get on. How do you follow up with people afterwards? And tell us about that side of the program.
So we have permission from Michigan's Department of Corrections to be in touch with the people that we've worked with after they've gone home, which is great. There's also then an approval process whereby we and they can get permission to actually formally work together on different things, whether it's mentoring projects or actually paid work with Detroit Public Theater. Whatever it is, in order to formally participate in our post-release programming, there does need to be approval from the department. But in terms of just sustaining our connection, that healthy mentoring relationship that we establish, that we can do, one woman, called us from the parking lot when she got out. So,
right. Oh, Frannie, I mean, you must have so many stories. Tell us about some of the folks you've worked with.
Oh my gosh, so many stories. I don't even know where to start. I mean, what's great, one of my favorite things that can happen is that somebody will come in and be like, I don't know what I'm doing here. There's no way I can understand this. I'm not smart enough. This doesn't make sense to me. And I don't know if this is for me. And usually my response is, you know what, give it a couple weeks and see you waste a few hours with us, but you might like it more than you think. And then we'll sit down and start reading. And, often within as little as 20 minutes, this person is vocally reacting to the text as it's being read aloud by other people. And they're offering their ideas to our discussions. And by the time, the whole session is over, clearly they're going to be back. That's one of my, it's seemingly a little thing, but the moment somebody thinks I am smart enough for this, there is not a barrier between, there isn't a barrier between me and this text, then a lot of other possibilities open up.
Yeah. And I take there's a confidence thing. You're boosting confidence so people feel they can partake and be involved.
One thing we must mention, and I'd like to specifically recommend people go and have a look at your website, which is the Detroit Public Theatre website. There is at the bottom, and you can see and visit the Shakespeare in Prison page, because it's got some great videos.
Oh, fantastic.
Which there's a lovely, on one of them, there's a reading of one of the sonnets with all different people reading it. And it was really touching just to listen to it. We forget how important the arts are in people's lives and how they really can change people. So thank you for what you're doing. And people can go there and donate and support the program. Is that correct?
Oh, yes, we are a nonprofit. So we don't have any, funding through the Department of Corrections. That funding goes to other programs. So we rely on the community to keep this going for members of our community who we can't see right now while they're incarcerated, but they're our neighbors, they're our community members, and we rely on everybody to help us keep doing this.
So folk out there, go look at the website, do donate, do help out there. You saw it flash up onto the screen, but it's also on our pages and our YouTube channel. You'll find it there as well. Wow. I'm astounded.
I mean, it really is. I just thank you for what you're doing, really, because it's just amazing to go into these places and actually also taking Shakespeare, which is fantastic. It's nice to know that the Bard is still relevant today.
Yes,
totally.
Which is really exciting. Frannie, we can't thank you enough for popping in. What we would love to do now is we have another guest and we have some magic coming on at the end. Will you stick around and come and meet our magician at the end?
Absolutely.
That would be fantastic.
Thanks, Frannie.
Thanks, Frannie. See you in a few. Thank you so much. Wow.
Blimey, darling. Yeah. There's so many things we could get involved with.
There is, isn't there? And there are always openings to help these organizations.
Yes.
So moving on, laughter is often the best medicine, and Clowns Without Borders are putting that saying into practice.
Yes, they're spreading joy and laughter in areas of crisis, refugee camps, conflict zones, places you wouldn't even imagine, and helping kids of all ages just to laugh. Here's a fun little video, actually, that they put together. Enjoy this. Video, but you followed it all the way.
And giving giggles is a great concept. I absolutely love it. Absolutely love it.
Let's show you a picture of our next guest when he was a kid, because we're rather excited about this. Look at that. He's playing football.
He's playing football. And we mean football, not football.
Football. Yeah. So please put your hands together for our next guest, Eric Rubin. Woo! Where is he? We've lost.
He's gone.
He's gone.
He's back. Ah! You are worrying us for a second there,
and
Eric.
He's on mute as well. Okay, he's on mute. Can't hear. Oh,
hey, everyone. This being on camera thing really going well so far.
Yeah. So we get a clown on the show and we expect everything to work normally.
No,
it's not going to happen.
Eric, where are you, sweetheart?
I don't know. Where I am. I'm in Oakland, California, but I'm from Michigan.
Oh, whereabouts in Michigan were you from?
Pontiac originally, yes.
Oh, which is Oakland.
Maybe you've heard of it.
So you moved from Oakland, Michigan to Oakland, California. That's crazy right. Man.
Slightly warmer right now where I am.
Well, that's probably wondering. I was just going to ask, why would anyone leave? And I think you answered that question already.
Eric, tell us, what's your Thanksgiving tradition? Come on, we want a Thanksgiving tradition.
So you guys will appreciate this. I used to go to the Detroit Lions game every year and watch them lose horribly. Lifelong Lions fan, I know. Sorry, Michigan people out there. It's a rough road.
Yeah, we won't mention that. Okay, let's try something else.
Let's try it. Say something in British.
Say something
We've got
in
to say
British.
so. Today's phrase is knees up. Have you any idea what knees up would mean?
So where I in my youth, it was rats. Rats come running through, and everyone's like, knees up, because the rats, they'll chew your toes, they'll chew your feet.
That's inventive and creative, isn't it? Yeah.
What a load of rubbish!
Totally wrong. We'll come back to that a little bit later on, because we want to talk to you about Clowns Without Borders. Give us a little bit of an introduction. Tell us all about it.
I would love to. So Clowns Without Borders is an incredible organization. Started in 1993 by a Spanish clown. A group of students in Barcelona were pen pals with a group of youth in a refugee camp in Croatia during the Croatian War of Independence. And they said, we've got everything we need for food. We're taking care of our major basic needs. What we need is play. What we need is joy. And they brought a bunch of performers there. And that birthed Clowns Without Borders. Clowns Without Borders USA started in 1995. We've gone to 150 projects in 39 countries. I did my first project in Ecuador, playing my music with a couple other Mexican clowns and a US-based clown. We went to the border regions with Colombia, and we brought circus to a lot of Venezuelan immigrants there and Colombian refugees.
Wow.
It is so true that laughter is so important. And when you're in the laughter game, as we are, people sometimes forget that if they haven't laughed for a while, it gives you an incredible release. It bonds people together. It does so much good, doesn't it?
So you've obviously been doing this for a long time then. How long have you been involved then?
I've been in performance for a long time. My first trip was in November, and then they asked me to join the board. So I'm on the board of directors of Clowns Without Borders.
It's like you're a really important clown.
Something? I don't know. What am I supposed to do?
Have you always wanted to be a clown? How did you know you wanted to be a clown?
I mean, have you met me, Lady Sarah?
This is our first meeting. We're getting the drift.
It's in your bones, you just learn early what you're meant to do on this earth. I'm too close again, aren't I?
You're too close. Go back. And mad as a box of frogs.
So if I can get a serious question in here, which is probably, I don't think I'm going to get a serious answer, but obviously with the current situation, Clowns Without Borders travels to foreign countries where there is a need. How is that still happening at the moment?
So it's obvious it's not happening at the moment because it's not safe to travel. It's not safe to be physically present in the communities we serve. But like so many artists like yourselves, we're reinventing ourselves and bringing theater. So, we're working with an organization called Corporación Humor y Vida, which is an Ecuador-based NGO. And we created content around, folks are struggling with their families at home. There's a big uptick in gender-based violence in the family. And so we created a sort of public interest campaign around that using clown in Ecuador. That's an example of a project we're doing right now. Lots of sort of social and emotional learning, education materials, bringing play inside the home is what we're trying to do right now. So
perfect. So I take it you can, people can get involved. They can go onto your website. They can see what you're doing. They see fun little videos like we showed. And I take it you're looking for donations as well. Giving Tuesday, Thursday. What day is Giving?
What are you talking about, Lady Sarah? Yes. Giving Tuesday, for those who don't know, December 1st. It's a huge made-up holiday in the United States. And support.org/donate. We actually have a matching gift right now. So if we hit $2,500 in the next 3 days, we get to keep that extra $2,500. So basically, it doubles your donation if you donate that link below today or within the next 2 days. So
that's fantastic. So people out there watching, whether you're on CMN TV, wherever you are, YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn, just get onto that website and donate.
Actually, the great thing about going to all the websites of our guests is there is so much more, and we merely scratch the surface in a little sort of 10-minute chat. But so clowns have got a bit of a reputation in some people's minds for being a bit scary. No, I don't find them scary, and obviously it's possible to invent a scary clown. But have you ever had issues with that in your clowning work?
You know, if you're a clown with any degree of experience, you've definitely approached a small child at some point trying to bring joy, and they've broken out in tears. And that look of sheer terror that is once in a while, not every time. Usually it's joy, and you just feel horrible about yourself for that brief moment.
Brief moment.
Yeah.
And I think you wear the whole face. You do the whole makeup thing.
You know, the modern clown isn't like the full white face thing, so you do some accents. Definitely got the red nose action. Some clowns don't even wear a red nose now, but we do at Clowns Without Borders.
Nice.
I know what you're saying about how scaring kids. I remember I started out my life as a children's entertainer, and one of the first shows I did, I decided to burst into the room, and I burst in. They were all sitting there, "Hello, boys and girls, how you doing?" And I burst in one side, and all the kids screamed and ran out the other side, and it was like a lesson you learn very quickly. In this game. There is a way.
We study physical theater, right? And you want to do all these kind of weird, grotesque, characters that you've learned. And no, you don't. You want to be joyful, and you learn how quickly.
So, Eric, thank you so much for coming on. It's been a pleasure talking. We could talk for hours. We haven't even got to talk about your ukulele yet, because I wish we could, but that'll have to happen another time.
It's actually a guitar made out of mango wood. What?
Ooh,
it's a what?
It's a guitar, actually, a small one made out of mango wood. So.
Wow.
We got some magic coming up, so we're going to bring Frannie back in.
We're going to bring you back in, Frannie.
Where's Frannie?
Look at this. Watch this, Eric.
There we go. And we are going to welcome Anne. Oh, look at that! I haven't actually given her the big introduction yet. So, our magician today is not just a magician; she is also a math professor.
Dun, dun, dun.
I just hope she knows what she's doing, because I want to see magic. I don't want another calculus lesson. That was the line. Okay, now you bring her in. There she is.
Hi, guys.
Tori,
Hi, thank you for having me. This is awesome.
this is great. So, Tori, where are you?
I'm in San Diego, California right now. For the next couple of months.
Warm places, but us. It's not fair.
It's very warm.
Frannie's not.
Yeah.
Us guys at the bottom of the screen are in Michigan. You lot in the top of the screen.
The cold air sinks to the bottom of the screen.
I think that's what's happening. Still, Tori, we've got you here. Eric, that wasn't cold air. That was warm air, Eric. Don't worry. Let's move on. Tori, you have some magic for us, so let's hand it over to you and take it away.
All right, cool. So I've been doing a lot of Zoom magic because I've been staying safe and socially distant. And so one of the things about doing magic on Zoom is that we can do what I like to call point of view magic. So I've got this little camera set up here. It's not the prettiest thing, but if you guys could jump over to this view. Yeah, there it is. Look at this. So this is something you don't get to see live. Like if I was at the table and you were across the table from me, you don't get to see my point of view. So this is it's kind of a bonus. So I wanted to share this with all of you. Now, I heard Keith say he doesn't want a calculus lesson. Well, that's a shame, because that's what we're headed towards. I have been teaching online. It's tough, but I'm going to share a little lesson with all of you. So I'm going to show you a demonstration involving the 4 aces. So let's go ahead and get those out here. Make sure they're in the frame. Let's see if we can find them all first. I bet there's one more. Let's see. There it is. Okay. Yeah, all right. Let's get these guys out here. So
your video is a bit jerky there, so we're just going to take the other folk out of the screen. Just so.
You know what? Wait, let me do something for you guys that I think will help. Let's try this.
She's got a plan.
How's that?
That's getting a bit better. Yeah, we're just taking a couple of people out of the screen because maybe that was what was hanging. That's better. Now we're better.
Okay, good. Well, you didn't miss anything. It was just set up and me talking. If you could hear all that, you're good. This is exactly like teaching online. Ooh, okay. All right. So a demonstration with the 4 aces, which you can now see in full motion. Yeah, that's smooth and fluid. Okay. All right. So of the 4 aces, in particular, the ace of spades is like the most important one, right? It's got like the bicycle logo, I guess is what we call that. All right. It's also what we as mathematicians call an accumulation point for the set of aces. Now, you may or may not know the topological definition of accumulation point. It doesn't matter. The thing I want you guys to remember is that these three other aces tend to accumulate around it, right? You can remember that? A for accumulation. Yeah, you got that? Learning. It's going to be on the exam, so
We can do it. We can do it.
okay, good. All right, so let's get this set up, and we'll make sure we're all in frame up here. Okay, now Keith, I have a very important job for you. I need you to keep your eye on this ace of spades. I'm just going to turn it over and put it right here. Okay, so all you have to do is just keep an eye on it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
We're there.
You can handle it? Great. Okay, so commencing demonstration. Here we go. Let's start with the ace of diamonds. So I am just going to turn that guy over and give it a little wave over that ace of spades. And if you did that right, that ace of diamonds, should be gone. All right.
What?
It's weird, right? Don't worry, there's two more if you missed that one. Okay. All right. So next up we've got the our friend the ace of clubs. Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's just give it that same little wave over that ace of spades. And if we did that right, that ace of clubs should also
Blimey.
Spooky, right?
That's really weird.
It's a little bit weird. Yeah, I know, right? Okay, so we've got one more. We've got our ace of hearts. So let's just bury it in there.
Yeah.
Give it a little wave, maybe a little more.
Right.
And then hopefully, if we did that right, that ace of hearts should also be gone.
What?
That's crazy.
But
you
I
said
know,
they were
it is
accumulating.
crazy. Right. Oh, Keith, you were paying attention to my math lesson. That's amazing.
And I'm still watching the ace.
And you're still watching the ace of spades. Incredible. So the ace of spades is right on top. We put that there. But that special property accumulated around it, we should find diamond, clubs, and one more. Ace of hearts. The gang's all here. What's up?
Wow.
That's
That's
it.
amazing. What just happened? That was our producer there.
Yeah.
There we go. Wow.
That was
Magic.
That was
And it's math.
amazing.
Thank you.
Amazing.
That was, yes. Sorry about the jiggling around then with the thing, but that was absolutely
Oh,
perfect.
that's okay. I'm glad it worked out.
Yeah, we have learned something. Too many streams means you get a jerky one.
Yeah, that's
I have no
That's
idea
what
what that
I was
means, but it
thinking,
must mean something.
Keith, are you going to tell them about?
Oh, yes, about today's Say Something in British. Firstly, torinokes.com. There's her email address running along the bottom. Do check out her page and the good stuff that she does. We're rapidly running out of time. We have got 3 minutes left. So knees up. Knees up basically means a party, like dancing. You're dancing. You go knees up, Mother Brown, knees up, Mother Brown. And it's like it means we're having a party. That's what it
Nothing
means.
to do with giving birth, though, Frannie.
But that was the best. I wish it was, because that was
depends
absolutely
on the
super.
party, I guess.
Absolutely super.
know.
Listen, we're against the clock. We've got to rush through, but I want to get our positive thoughts for the day, and we ask you all to bring a positive thought. So who should we go to first?
Well, Frannie, tell us your positive thought.
It's kind of one of our mantras in Shakespeare in Prison, and that is that challenges are opportunities for us to get creative.
Get creative.
Like
Yes.
that. Like that.
We
Absolutely.
need to do that, and we are surrounded by creative people just right here.
We are
right
today,
here.
big time, aren't we?
Eric, for you, a creative thought from our funny man?
I just think you should take scraps of paper in your house and make a collage. That's what I suggest today. Do something creative, do something beautiful for yourself, and then stick it on your fridge.
Wow, Eric!
I want Eric to come round here for Thanksgiving. I think it could be. In fact, why don't all five of us? There's five. Why don't all five of us get together and have a little Thanksgiving party? I think that could be great, couldn't it?
Rochelle Rubin is on this call, and my mother, and she agrees with you.
Yeah. Tori, have you got a positive thought for the day?
Yeah, so I've just been thinking about Thanksgiving, and my positive thought is a call to action, which is tell somebody you're grateful for them. And I'm going to start by telling you, Keith and Lady Sarah, that I'm so grateful for all you're doing to promote the arts and keep us connected during quarantine. This is really cool, so thank you.
Oh, that's really sweet. That's really sweet. Thank you very much indeed.
Oh, we love you.
I don't think we can actually do anything better than finish on that note.
No.
Thank you to all our fabulous guests. All it
Yes.
remains for us to say is cheerio.